Hello and welcome to Retail Therapy, Episode 2. I'm Matt Vicarious. With me is Nowell Montejo.
What up?
And we're back finally after
Like 3 weeks?
2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I mean for all 2 of our listeners that we've got, that's good stuff. But Nowell was on vacation. He was down in California visiting family. I know that's super interesting stuff right now, but
Oh yeah, I probably won't go into too much of the details.
that's
of
okay.
That, but...
I mean, so what did you and Tara do while you were down there?
Oh, we visited my folks. We hadn't been down there since spring of last year, so we thought it'd be a good idea to visit them again, especially since it's the first time we've been there since we got engaged back in February. So, it was just nice to see them again.
So your folks were excited about seeing you guys and all that?
Yeah,
Fun.
it was a lot of fun.
Good.
We ate a lot of trash food because we just got off of our diet right before.
I feel like that's what vacation's for.
Oh, dude, it was so good.
It's so you can eat the worst food that exists.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I go off the rails. I'm like, oh, churros? Yeah. Churros dipped in ice cream? Yeah.
When we were in San Francisco, we got Oreo churros.
Oh my god, that sounds like the best thing. Something I want to talk about though. It's funny now how many things I want to talk to you about, but now I want to save for the show.
Good.
Because I'm just like, if we talk about everything too much, we'll have little content, or it'll be content we've already hashed, so it'll be like robotic. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be like fake reactions.
I'm gonna move this microphone a little bit. Hopefully, it doesn't make too much noise. But
it does. Fuck it.
Well, yeah. Bring on the comment below. God. Anywho, so you guys are down in California. So you were able to take a week off, and kind of recharge your batteries a little bit.
Much needed.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've got one coming up soon. I'm gonna be going to the beach with some friends.
Nice.
Yeah, it should be fun. All right, so let's get into the kind of what the show is about. I mean, if this is your first listen, that's super weird. I mean, we got 2 episodes. Couldn't start with episode 1. I don't know, whatever. This is Retail Therapy. Noel and I work in the retail business, and I'm sure most of you do as well, or have at one point. Yep. So we're going to be talking about things that have happened in our everyday lives, whether it be weirdo customers or just interesting things that happen to us while we're doing our day-to-day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot to you first. I want to hear your in the store story, something that happened to you recently.
I'll start off with things that make me crazy, I guess. I'll get to the good one later.
So not a specific story, just things that drive you nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not specific. For example, being in Washington and being so close to
Oregon,
being so close to Oregon, we'll have customers from Oregon that'll come in and want to do the tax exemption.
Yeah.
And for us, it requires us to fill out not only paperwork physically,
right,
but also we have to fill out a form on the computer. Mm-hmm. So we have to do the same thing twice just so they can save the tax.
Right.
And I can understand with a console purchase, they're saving $30-$40, whatever.
Right.
Like, makes sense.
Totally.
I do the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
But if I gotta fill out this paperwork and you're trying to rush me, fuck you.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like.
Oh yeah.
But more specifically, the thing that makes me just bonkers is when people buy something that's only like $3 or $4.
Yeah. And
they're like, oh, I'm an Oregon resident, so I want tax exemption. Like, okay. I look at my screen because it calculates how much tax is automatically. Like, in my head, I'm just like, oh my god, you're saving 25 cents. I'll give you a fucking quarter if you want to save that kind of money. But like,
I have a story like that where it's happened a couple times where somebody's literally spent 89 cents and wanted me to do their tax exemption for them.
Oh my god. I
was like, do you want me to fill this form out while you save 7 cents? I mean, sure.
I've contemplated just reducing the price of the thing by
I just
the
look
tax.
them dead in the eye and just like, okay, we're doing this. Sometimes I'll be such a son of a bitch that I will make them fill the form out. So I go, here you go. You fill the book out while I do it in the computer. So we'll go half the time, and then they just go, oh, I gotta fill this out. Yeah, you want to save the money, you got to do a little bit of work at least.
I should do that too.
Yeah, just to hand them like, all right, you fill out the parts you know, and then you just make them do it. Like, okay, here's the big sheet, you do the thing, and there you go. That's what you get to do. Yeah, it's super annoying. I mean, I get it, and I don't know. It's also annoying when it happens with people you know don't live in Oregon, and they're essentially committing tax fraud. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah. And
you're like, you shop here all the time. You're obviously not driving 20 miles just to shop at my store. I mean, I'd be flattered, sure, but there's no way. There's no way. I don't know. Anyway, I totally get that. My story that I had it was a couple weeks ago, was this lady. She came in. Oh, no, it wasn't a lady. It was a guy came in, and he was talking about his ex, and he was getting rid of a bunch of stuff. And he was talking about how he was hoping that his PS3 was going to work, but his ex had given it back to him, and it was full of dirt.
God.
And I was like, what do you mean full of dirt? He's like, oh, it had dirt in it. I'm like, how do you get dirt in it? And he was like, oh, she buried it in the front yard.
God.
So apparently she was so pissed that she went outside, dug a hole, put his PS3 in the hole.
That's fucking psycho.
Buried it, and told him where he could find it.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, well, I mean, probably not going to work out so good for you.
Yeah. Did you take the dust blower out too?
No, he didn't bring it in. Thank
okay.
Christ, I would have been like, nah, no thanks.
You blow this outside.
Yeah, you can just have that. I'm not gonna mess with it because that's unfortunate. But yeah, that was kind of my funny story of the week. I just it drives me crazy at the level that people get to, and I always think that, it's getting better every year, and then just somebody just comes by and I got a dirty PS4. Oh, dirty? Oh, it's full of dirt. Okay.
It was buried. Oh, okay, that kind of dirt.
Buried in the ground where the dirt lives.
Yikes.
Yeah, so that's funny. Good
so
gravy.
Bad.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so was it 2 weeks ago that we went and saw Kevin Smith?
Yeah.
That was cool because that was your first time seeing him live.
That was my first time seeing him live because I'd listened to his podcast and seen quite a few of his movies. Right. So
it was kind of nice because he's kind of one of the godfathers of podcasting. He made it. He was doing it before it was really popular, and it's not even really that popular. It seems like it just. The people who get it. So they like to listen to him, and he's got I think like 9 now or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy how many.
He's got a bunch, but it was really refreshing hearing him kind of get eloquent about a single question that was asked of him.
Oh yeah, not even a good question. It was
a bad question, and he was able to spin it into a good story that everybody kind of was like down to hear.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was, and I just liked at the end when he was like, just get out there and do what makes you happy. If it's trying to make a movie, if it's podcasting, if it's whatever, just go out there and do it. If you think your friends are the funniest people you've ever met, get them out there and show the world who they are.
Yeah, and that was really cool. Like for us, you and I, that really hit us hard while we were at the show.
Well, because we had just posted our first episode
the week prior.
Yeah, the week before, and we were just like, yeah, this is fun.
This is our Clerks.
I don't care if nobody listens, honestly, because it's a reason for you and I to get to hang out one-on-one, talk, and actually, get together.
Yeah, no, it's fun because like you were saying earlier, how you have stories that you want to tell me about just shit that's going on, but now you want to save it for the show, which is awesome because we get to document this sort of stuff.
And I take notes now at work.
Yeah.
I'll go in the back and be like, oh my God, I got to write this down so I don't forget it. Just so I can remember how I felt in the moment, because that's the part that is always just like the best because
I can't wait to tell Matt about this.
It hits you and you're like, oh my god, this is unreal. No one's gonna believe me.
Yep.
And then getting to document it and getting it out there for whoever wants to hear it. So
yeah. No, that was really cool. It was kind of an inspiring moment for us to hear from him talk about how, try. That's what you gotta do. Like you're gonna fuck up. People are gonna say shit about your stuff.
Of course.
But like him, just keep trying and keep doing it because you like it, not because you want somebody else to like it or something like that.
Getting the motor started is the hardest part. Once you get into the habit of doing something, then it becomes easy. I mean, once we get a little bit more regular in terms of work and everything, it'll be so much easier because we'll just be like, oh yeah, so we're doing Thursday. Yep, okay, we're gonna record. Awesome. Yeah. And we'll do it. And we're kind of in that stumbling forward steps.
As you can tell, because we're 3 weeks since our last episode, but
yeah, I mean, it's tough to be regular when you have an inaugural podcast, and now you have your second one, so second annual podcast, I guess. But so yeah, do you have any anything you want to talk about?
I actually have a short story.
Okay.
Kind of the opposite end of my Oregon resident rant.
Okay.
I actually had a customer come in. She was trying to buy a PS3, and she ended up getting all this different stuff, and she was short by like $3 and some change.
Right.
And we had a little bit of a line in the store, and right by the next guest in line was a couple that they're actually some of my regulars.
Okay.
And the guest behind them was another guy that was one of my regulars. So it kind of was like, oh man, back to back to back, some of my regulars, which was pretty cool.
Right.
So she was short about $3 and some change, and when it came time to pay, she's like, oh crap, I don't have enough money. And the couple behind them actually like, oh, how much is he short? Oh, they owe $3 and some change. They gave her a $10 bill. And she's like, oh my gosh, are you sure? Like, oh yeah, of course, not a problem. I don't want you to be down, not get a PS3 and your favorite games or whatever for over this. So they gave $10 to cover it. Well, turns out the change that they had, like I was asking if they had enough change to give them a whole dollar bills back, and they were short a little bit of that. The guy behind them actually gave them that extra amount of change to cover it.
So was he an ice cream man with just coins on his belt?
he just had some change in his pockets, and he gave them the pennies required to make it an even dollar amount. I was like, oh my! And I told all the guests that were involved in this transaction, I was like, oh my god, my faith in humanity is restored right now. This makes me so happy. And then the girl, she was like ecstatic. She was just so stoked that everybody helped out. And she jokingly said, it takes a village to buy a PS3, and it just cracked me up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, man, that just made me so happy to hear that, of all the bullshit that we deal with, you get one really good experience.
Oh, totally.
That made me happy.
Yeah, it makes the world just that much easier to deal with. Because, I don't know, even just out in the world, it's tricky to have any sort of, care for whoever's helping you out. Especially if, any type of service, somebody working behind a register who's just ringing up your groceries, or somebody who's working, at like a big box store or whatever. I try to make a point that I engage them in a positive manner. I tend to ask them how their day is going before they ask me, because it can get monotonous when you're the person always asking people, hey, how's your day going? How's your day going? How's your day going? And people tend to give the cookie cutter, how's your day going? Oh, no, thanks, just looking. It's like, so you heard me. So you're listening to what I said. It's like, all right. Or just flat out just ignore you. And you're like, tight. All right, cool. Thanks. Love it.
Okay, I'll be fine. Silence.
Just walk. like they were just terrified that you spoke English words to their face.
Oh my God.
But I don't know. It's something I've kind of picked up on, and I try to make it a regular thing. My wife is, sometimes she's just like, man, you're just so nice to people. I'm like, well, yeah, because they're stuck behind a counter or at a job for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And it's good to get those people who care, or at least pretend to care about your well-being. I don't know.
I agree.
Okay.
I like it when I have, some customers that, even if they're not regulars, that will have an actual conversation with me about whatever, and it doesn't feel fake.
Yeah, it's tough though, because I mean, people are busy. They've got they got shit to do, and I don't know. I like to get my stuff done quickly. I don't like to dink around and wait, because waiting sucks. But if it takes you no extra time, and it doesn't cost you a dime, just do it. I mean, it for anybody, it's just going to be a good thing. And if that person then throws it back at you and gives you attitude or is rude, you made the best of the situation. You tried.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't.
As long as you take high road, I mean, it makes you feel better,
sure.
and then maybe they feel stupid.
And most of the time too, I don't even take it personally, because I'm like, yeah, that's okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Sure. You want to go home? I want to go home. I want to buy groceries. I hate it. Had to put on pants for this.
Dude, fuck that. Shorts all day.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just not I gotta take off my.
Oh, like you had to put on real people clothes.
Yeah, to put on real people clothes, and not my cozy clothes, and leave my cats behind.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just not my jam.
I prefer to avoid. I try to avoid putting on real people clothes as much as possible.
Yeah, for sure. Slap on your nerd jersey and.
Nerd jersey and some sweet sport shorts.
Put on some slacks.
Yeah, slacks.
Yeah, put on your trousers.
Yeah.
What other?
Some jorts.
Hey, I'm wearing jorts. Get out of my face. So something that I see on my commute every day to work now is a brand new Native American casino.
Oh God.
Have you been?
I haven't been there. No.
Okay.
I'm not a gambler, so
we should go.
Yeah.
Just because I think it would be funny.
Tara and I have talked about how we kind of want to go just to check it out.
We can go to the Michael Jordan Steakhouse.
Oh my God, what?
And oh yeah, you didn't know that? Oh dude, yeah. So apparently this casino, the Ilani Casino,
so fancy.
They have Michael Jordan Steakhouse. Didn't know that was a thing. Didn't know that Michael Jordan made steaks.
Yeah.
And
that's weird.
I was like, so was the Jumpman seared onto every steak?
That'd be hilarious.
Got a pair of Jordans that you're gonna eat.
These steaks are a slam dunk. It's like,
oh my God,
it's cringe.
So so the day they opened, the freeway was backed up, and it was on the shoulder. People were waiting to exit, and I was like, people this juiced up to go to a casino? Like, did you know that there's casinos like everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Like,
especially near where that one is.
Yeah, there's one in Woodland, and then there's one in La Center. There's an actual.
And this casino is in between Woodland and La Center.
Yeah. So it's great.
God.
So but apparently Michael Jordan was there for the grand opening.
I have a hard time believing this.
That's what everyone was saying. So I was like, okay, well that makes sense. I guess that's why the freeway was backed up. But at the same time, why would you want to meet Michael Jordan at this point in his life? I mean, he's just a fat gambler now. He's just like he just loses money at poker and is just, I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, so Michael Jordan Steakhouse, we'll have to get ourselves a delectable steak from that establishment. But the thing I actually wanted to talk about, so they have this giant reader board. I'm sure you've seen it.
The one from the freeway?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it shows all the fun things you can do.
Yeah, whatever attractions are there.
There's some sushi and some musicians I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Ever. And I'm like, okay, so that's the thing, I guess. People are going to be stoked, I guess. I don't know. But one of their selling tools is that if you go there on Friday nights, it's free T-shirt night.
Oh my God!
And I shit you not, on the breeder board it has multicolored shirts. So you got like white, red, green, blue, yellow, and it's like, come every Friday to collect them all.
No.
So
the fucking blind bag of T-shirts.
Yeah, sure. So like, what if you go on like you go 2 Fridays in a row and they're both red shirts? It's like, oh, God, I wasted my time at this shithole again to get my free T-shirt.
Oh,
but
God.
who's gonna be the person that's like, oh, I gotta go get that extra free shirt? Like, this is gonna be a collector's item. Collect them all. It's like, no, you wear them sad after you get out of the pool because your regular shirt got ruined. It's all soaked. It's like, no.
Fucking sad dad shirt.
Oh, God, yeah, sick. It's like, oh, I got in the swimming pool with my T-shirt on. It's like, you're just calling more attention to yourself, you fat turd. Get out of here.
Oh, my God. Collect them all.
Collect them all. Oh, and then they have a new one now, too. I saw it today. The T-shirt just made me think of it. Beach towels. Now you get free beach towel on specific. I can't remember which day.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I don't know if they're having a slow start or if they're just like
that's their
like opening bid, like shirts, beach towels.
Free
Gotta get all of it right now. So,
God.
But I'm tempted to go there just because, I mean, it's like you see this.
I almost want to go there like the same way I would go to a Walmart and just people watch.
Yeah, see the creatures, the George Lucas festival pot of.
Yeah, no, that's Winco.
Sure, but I mean, I'm sure those people are a pretty good cross section of each other. I imagine that both
probably.
Go to both.
That Venn diagram there probably lines up just right.
Yeah, they're that fucking mucusy center right in the middle, just being sick.
Ew.
So yeah,
gross.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, we'll have to go.
Yeah, we'll check it out and report back and see what kind of craziness is. But yeah, oh God, I think Alina wanted to go just to be like, just check it out, and I was like, what? Right now? Like, I don't. Ew, I think it's gonna be sick. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd want to play blackjack because it's fun, but I'm not super good at it.
Yeah,
but good enough. So.
And I'm a smart enough individual to not lose all my money. Yeah,
you go in with a certain amount and then you leave if you lose that amount.
Yeah.
So it's like going and doing any sort of entertainment. You know what you're going in with at a price. You're like, all right, I know I'm going to spend $30 tonight on popcorn, drink, and movie. That's all I'm going to be spending because that's just what you're going to do. And you go gambling. If you go in with that same mindset, you're not going to lose your shirt. Well, fucking,
but if you lose your shirt, they'll give you another one.
Yeah, they'll give you a free T-shirt that you can collect all of. I mean,
I just wish that those free shirts that they made a fucking puzzle or something.
There's like a treasure map to find your sadness.
Fucking find them. Oh my God.
Which leads you back to your house where you lost all your money.
Oh.
With a foreclosed sign on it. Oh my gosh! So what do you got written down there? I see you have a note taken there.
I got a couple. Oh, this year, yeah. Tara and I were recently at a 7-Eleven.
Also, so I'm gonna stop you right there. Sorry for the abrupt course change there. So.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Anyway, go on. 7-Eleven.
We were at a 7-Eleven, and we were just getting some Slurpees. We were just getting stuff to drink, just whatever, some bullshit. And we got some Gatorades because the fucking 7-Eleven app had a deal where it was buy two get one free. So I went to go ring it up and scan the app. Everything worked fine, but the guy fucking like cashed it out or something instead of like asking for my card.
Right.
So he fucked up.
Right.
He had to refund the transaction.
Right.
And re-ring it up.
Right.
But you can't refund the coupon that's been scanned.
Okay.
So he used the promo, and then I had to pay more for the drinks.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, why is the total more? Like, I had to return it because the registers are all screwed up right now.
Okay.
And yeah, like so I can't refund the coupon. It's
sure you can.
Yeah, I know. So here's where I'm an idiot. I should have said no and fought it.
Yeah.
But I also have more dignity than to fight over a Gatorade.
Sure. I mean, what was the savings? $1?
Yeah, like $1.50 or something like that. But it was just and I get that, but it's just the principle of the matter. Like the motherfucker fucked up, and I'm only mad about this because you and I work in retail,
right?
So we would have helped out whoever it was if that was like if we fucked up on a transaction.
Sure.
Something rings up at a lower price,
right?
And they see it. Oh, yeah, we're gonna honor that price.
Yeah.
But he's just like, oh no, can't do it. Sorry, it went through.
Yeah, no. Come on, man. And also, it's Gatorade, dude. Just
fucking let me walk out with it.
Yeah, just let me steal it.
And that's why I was like mad at myself and definitely at this fucking asshole because I should have just like walked out.
Were you like, was this local or?
This is the one just down the street.
Okay.
From us.
I don't know. At that point, I probably would have just like cut my losses and said, you know what? Never mind. Don't. I don't want it.
It was a guy that we had never seen before, so he's a new guy.
I would have been. That's what. Especially then,
I should have.
You should have been. Like, you know what? Don't need the Gatorades. Actually, just came in here because of the app. Also, 7-Eleven has an app.
Yeah, yeah, they do. It's basically just a glorified punch card.
Okay, so it's a digital punch card.
Yeah, it's a digital punch card.
Okay.
Tara and I were talking about this is sidetrack. Every place that has a punch card should just do a digital version instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to ever remember it.
I don't have to have a fucking punch card for every place that has a punch card in my goddamn wallet. It makes me so mad. Like.
Yeah. That's my favorite thing now, that pretty much every place that has like a loyalty membership or some sort of app, you don't have to have a card in your wallet for it anymore. It used to be where you had to scan it in.
Yeah.
And you can just write it in, phone number, or you can just scan a QR code off your phone. It's great. It boggles my mind that dude is just like, I'm sorry.
Fucking whatever.
It's like, how would you get somebody and figure it out?
Yeah.
I get the $1.50. Yeah, you know what? In hindsight, I'm saying, yeah, you should fucking cut and run. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you, Strink. But I probably would have done the same thing. I'm like,
okay, I'll just take it and
all right,
be mad about it
just
instead.
bend me over the barrel for my $1.50. All right, sure. But yeah, goddamn.
Oh god, it just made me so mad. I was fucking seething over that stupid Gatorade.
Yeah, it's not good. So something we were talking about earlier. You were born what year?
88.
Okay, so we were both born in 88. I was at the beginning of 88. You were...
The tail end of 88.
Tail end of 88. September. Okay. So, back third, sure.
Yeah.
Or back fourth, I should say. So, I was talking earlier about how Cool Ranch Doritos...
Oh, yeah.
And Nacho Cheese Doritos... I don't remember them, because I remember being a kid and they always saying Cooler Ranch and Nacho Cheesier. I don't ever remember before that time them saying just regular Cool Ranch and regular Nacho Cheese.
And then becoming Cooler Ranch and Nacho Cheesier.
Yeah, so was that a thing?
I feel like it was, because I feel like I remember that.
Because I don't remember the switch over.
I wonder if that's one of those things where it's kind of like how like soft drinks will have like, oh, new flavor or whatever, like right. same thing, but it's like a new formula or whatever the fuck they want to call it.
I think they were banking on the 90s extreme craze,
that makes sense.
where they're just like, it's the craziest thing. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is the craziest thing.
Well, you remember fucking Doritos 3D?
That was my favorite thing.
They're great.
I would bite the corners off of them, and then I would bite them in half. So I would have two little chubby Doritos that I would just like...
Weird puffs.
Yeah, and then I would just like let them melt in my mouth because I was a weird kid.
That and Surge, man.
Surge, yeah, that's when we had my wedding because it was great. That was right when it like first relaunched.
And when I had to buy a case of it through Amazon.
Yeah, and on my...
No regrets.
And on my honeymoon, I bought 3 cases.
Good.
Because I think our Prime had just lapsed. And to get free shipping, you had to spend a certain amount.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I was like, well, the shipping's going to cost this much on a single case. It's going to be about the same if we get 3. Chris like, do you really need 3 cases of Surge? I was like, well, I mean, no. I don't need any of this, but I mean, I want it. Yeah. And it's, I mean, why not? Sure.
Yeah. So
I did it. So no regrets.
God, fucking Surge, man. That was definitely like the drink of my not necessarily my childhood, but like middle school and high school, like right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that hit us right at when we were like tail end of elementary school, going into middle school. Yeah. And that was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. That was prime time.
That's probably what fueled my playthroughs of Ocarina of Time.
Well, that's what fueled my
Smash Bros.
Yeah, and Smash Bros. That's what fueled me pissing out in my parents' front lawn and killing a patch of grass to this day.
My
is
God.
it won't grow grass. My dad has tried countless times to seed it.
That's so funny.
I was like, God damn, Kramer and I salted the earth with our piss.
Just fucking ruined it.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, the bathroom, you gotta flush the toilet. I mean, that's extra work. It's like,
And it's noisy at night.
oh, no, I'm talking about, like, after school.
Oh, okay.
Like, get off the bus, because my bus ride was, like, 2 hours long, because I was at the end of the route.
Gotcha.
So getting out, and then getting in the house, either throwing on after school cartoons, so Tailspin, Darkwing Duck,
Fuck yeah.
and all that. And then once that was over, like a weirdo sitting in the middle of my parents' living room, cross-legged, playing Nintendo 64.
Nice.
That was my move.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know. I feel like everybody kind of has their thing.
I was God, you couldn't pay me enough to get up the way I used to when I was a kid. I used to get up at 5 a.m. every day.
Oh yeah.
To watch cartoons.
Yep.
Like I remember getting up, and the first one I would always catch the tail end of was the Starship Troopers, like CG TV show.
That was the thing?
Yeah, it was cool.
Huh.
It was a Starship Troopers like CG thing. I think it was called Rico's Roughnecks.
What was it on?
Oh fuck, I don't remember. I want to say it used to be whatever was WB. Back
Okay,
then.
I never had that channel.
I watched that, and then shortly after was it was either Monster Rancher or Samurai Pizza Cats. I fucking loved Samurai Pizza Cats. I'm like the only person I know that's ever heard of them, and I thought they were hilarious.
Yeah, for me, because I grew up in the boonies, so we couldn't get cable TV. So the only time I'd ever watched those channels were at my grandparents' house.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always jealous because we couldn't get Nickelodeon as kids. We couldn't get a lot of things. So we'd have the big, we had ABC, CBS, and Fox.
Yeah.
And Fox always kind of came in grainy, but whatever. But yeah, so I remember getting up for Saturday morning cartoons, and that was like my favorite thing. The Sonic animated series was really fun, but I remember one morning, I think I had a soccer game, and I was watching whatever I was watching.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were like, "Hey, we gotta go," and I was just like, "Can we not? Can we just not go?" I'm watching the Mighty Ducks animated series.
Oh man, that was a good show.
With the crazy.
I mean, it probably wasn't, but it felt.
Oh,
like
I'm sure it was
show.
bad, but I mean, he had a cool hockey mask that turned him into like a super soldier duck thing.
He's fucking huge.
Whatever that was about, but
Yeah.
I expressly remember just going, can I just not go to soccer? And I was like, yes, you have to go. You have a game. Fine. And from then on, I was just kind of bitter about sports in general.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fair.
It's just like, I could just.
It took you away from what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I wanted a cartoon.
Yeah, man. I don't remember the times that lined up exactly, but I remember my lineup was the Mystic Knights of Tir and Og. You remember them?
Nope.
They were like Power Rangers.
Okay.
It was live action. It was like Power Rangers or even Beetleborgs, but they were like knights. So they were like medieval shit.
Okay.
But they had, just like the Beetleborgs, the fucking weird armor, and they had like these beasts that they'd ride, and
Okay.
it was fucking weird. But I remember that quite vividly. Watched that. Static Shock was one of the shows that was on there.
Because Static Shock is an actual DC character, right?
Yeah, I think. Well, I thought that he became Black Lightning, but somebody had corrected me on that. I guess it's not.
Okay.
Not the same character.
Because I thought I remember seeing him on an episode of like Young Justice or something, and
Yeah.
he was in the show, and I was like, is that that TV show I never watched?
Yeah, I remember watching that one. Jackie Chan Adventures was
I remember that
on
one.
my rotation. I loved that show so
I remember
much.
that.
I think Pokemon was on there.
Yep. I could only watch Pokemon at my grandparents' house, and at one point my grandma would tape me episodes on VHS,
awesome.
and it was the coolest because this was back before DVR and TiVo, so she had the TV guide
Oh man.
on paper,
Ooh.
and she would get the show listings, and she would set her VCR to record Pokemon for me, and I was like, this is the greatest shit ever.
God.
Yeah,
That's fucking rad.
yeah, and it always sucked because I was just like, man, I don't get all the cool TV shows that everybody else gets. I can't watch Pokemon. I can't watch the WB. That seems like where all the cool shows were at. The WB Kids.
WB Kids and Fox Kids were like the fucking best.
Yeah.
Power Rangers. Yeah.
I think at one point when we finally got like satellite TV, I was watching a lot of the shows I had missed out on because I couldn't. I was never able to watch them, so I kind of was getting my childhood back that I never had. So, and maybe that's I don't know, maybe that's why video games were a little bit more prevalent for me when I was growing up. Because now that I'm an adult, I play less video games and watch more TV because it's so accessible. Because I throw on my Xbox or PS4, and it's like, all right, cool, let's connect the controller and play a game. It's a lot of work.
I think it's almost the opposite for me because like growing up, I would watch TV because that's what my parents were fine with me doing at the house. Anytime I want to play video games, my fucking shitty ex-stepdad would always tell me to go outside.
Well, yeah, because he sucked.
Yeah.
I met him one time, and I'm like, oh man, this man is terrible.
He's pretty terrible.
He's just a small dude who's just pissed.
Just always pissed.
I mean, even though it was like a happy like day, he was just still like this little mad dude. Yeah. And your demeanor changed immediately when he walked through the room. You were just like, fuck.
Yep, pretty much.
God, he's here.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're like, oh, Matt, this is Gary. Yeah, he's here. He is. Not good. I'm like, oh. He's tiny. He's the littlest guy. Oh my god. But yeah, that was interesting. That makes sense because now you play video games like life depends on it.
I play video games way more. I mean, for obvious reasons, but also because like I don't have somebody tell me to go the fuck outside.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna do that. So I watch way less TV now.
Right. Unless you're with Tara.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and Tara and I watch TV. That's one thing. But on my own time, no, I'm not gonna watch TV.
Yeah, that's actually
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I never thought of it that way, but that makes sense because my brother and I we'd go rent a movie or not a movie. We would rent a video game from the video store, have it for 3 or 4 days or whatever it was, and then take it back. And for us, it was easier to either like rent a movie or rent a video game. And if we were going to be inside for the night or in the morning or whatever it was where we weren't playing outside, because that's probably 70% of our.
Did you ever get in trouble for renting a video game and playing one that you already owned while you had it rented?
I never did that.
Oh, okay.
Did that happen to you?
That happened to me. I got grounded because I rented a video game, and Jason can attest to this because he was there.
Okay.
I can't remember which game it was that I rented. I think it might have been Rampage or something on the N64.
Yeah.
And Jason came over. And we played a shitload of Rampage, but then we wanted to play something else. Because, we're fucking kids.
Yeah.
And we switched to Diddy Kong Racing, which I already owned.
Right.
Gary came in and saw us playing the game that I already owned, and he got pissed.
Oh, hold up. I thought you meant you were playing you had rented a game you owned.
No. I didn't rent a game I already owned. That would be dumb.
I was like, I didn't want to call you out for it. Be like,
no, that would be stupid.
Big dumb idiot. Just like, oh, I forgot I own this because I remember not owning a ton of video games. Like looking back on it, I didn't own a lot of games. We had rented most of them.
Yeah.
So I mean,
had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but
yeah, we're recording in the lobby of Noel's apartment complex. This is kind of a rogue thing we're doing, I guess, but we're just kind of out and about.
Is that TV in the?
Oh, okay. I was like, is that like a really loud like phone just on?
No, I think it's coming from the.
Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, so
yeah, you were saying you were gonna call me out because you thought that I had.
You had rented a video game that you had already owned.
Yeah, no, that is not the case.
I thought that's what you got in trouble for.
I had rented Rampage,
and you guys.
We played that for a while and then wanted to play a different game.
Right.
And so we played Diddy Kong Racing, which I did own.
Right.
And I got grounded for it.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't think my parents would have really known. Because I don't think they paid that much attention at that point. Because they would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, do what you're doing. But I guess having like a stepdad, it's different.
Yeah. Well, also the way he was raised is like.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mr. Strict Man.
Fuck.
Just like rules. We're gonna have rules just to have rules.
Yeah.
It's like
fucking dumb.
But why? It doesn't. You don't need to do that. Or do you? I don't know.
No, he wanted to raise me the way he was.
So you could turn out damaged too.
Yeah. Also, it just didn't fucking make any sense because times change. So, like, you can't raise me as if fucking all we can do outside is play with sticks.
Right.
That's not what it is.
Have a hoop and a stick, push it down the dirt road, and
playing stick ball.
Yeah, that's all you do. But yeah, going back, I remember, like, now I own most of the games I play. I buy them because rental doesn't really exist because Redbox is a joke.
Yeah, they get games like well after we have access to them.
But they also charge like almost $2 a day.
Yeah, I think it's like $3, $3 a day or something like that.
Yeah, nah.
I will say this about Redbox though, when it comes to that, is being that rental stores aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that is a good alternative if you don't want to spend $60 a game that you're unsure of.
Sure, hey, I get it, but for me, I would feel obligated to play the game if I rented it.
Yeah.
Which I guess isn't a bad thing, but at the same time, it's not a good thing because if I have some downtime and I've got other things to do, like I have housework or plans with friends or whatever, I don't want to in the back of my head going, oh God, I'm paying $1.49 for this rental right now.
I gotta make sure I bring it back on time, otherwise I'm fucking
and
charge another day.
And I get charged $60 for a disc in a plastic case. No thanks. That's not really my jam. But yeah, it just now like thinking back on it, I'm like I didn't really own that many video games, but I played a lot of them because we rented them.
Yeah.
Good old Kathy's Video in Castle Rock, and picked out Tournament Fighters featuring the Ninja Turtles.
That's awesome.
My brother and I went years thinking that this game was just something we had concocted in our brains because we didn't know the name of it.
I think I was with you when you found it again or something.
Yeah,
like
we were at the Cowlitz County Gaming Expo.
Yeah.
And I looked it up online and I searched. And I was like, Ninja Turtles fighting game with Ninja Turtles, because I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
And I think I'd asked my old boss, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's Tournament Fighters." I'm like, "What?" And I googled it, and it popped up. I was like, "Yes! Oh my God, it's the one with Wingnut, the Bat Dude, and the Shark
awesome.
Man."
I haven't seen that one in a long time, so I'd have to take a look again.
Oh yeah, it's impossible. My brother and I tried playing it, and it is insanely
Did it have
hard.
the Battletoads in it too?
No.
Okay.
It didn't have the Battletoads in it. You might be thinking of Battletoads Double Dragon.
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard because it's a beat 'em up, so there naturally is fighting in it. So.
Right, so it seems like a fighting game, but this game was a 2D fighter like Street Fighter, and it's a very, very hard game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was something that I spent quite a bit on it, but I wasn't too bummed because
I mean that's your childhood right there.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's this other. I remember another one that we had rented, and it was a 2D. Of course it was 2D. It was a Super Nintendo, but it was a game where you flew a helicopter, and you had to land and pick up POWs.
Oh yeah.
I played
that one in the arcade.
Yeah, you had to shoot the enemy soldiers and vehicles, but then you had to land, pick up POWs,
yeah.
either take them back or continue on. But I can't remember the name of it. But I never owned it. I just played it. We rented it probably 2 or 3 times, and it was fun. I don't know, but that was a funny realization.
Man, I just love thinking about how games have changed since when we were kids.
Yeah.
Just how we used to hang out in a small around a teeny tiny TV and play split screen on like a fucking 10-inch TV, playing GoldenEye or Smash Bros. Or whatever. Like, how the fuck did we do that?
Yeah.
I remember playing Star Fox on a 10-inch TV, like in the back of a van that we like Jimmy rigged some setup for. Like, I would blow my brains out if I had to do that now. 10-inch TV, fuck. I say that yet I love my Switch and I could play that split screen too, so whatever.
Yeah, but I guess it's kind of different, but also kind of the same.
Yeah.
And generally, you're not doing anything competitively. You're not playing against somebody, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, it is different how now you turn on your system and you kind of have access to an infinite number of people all over the world, and you can play with everybody, whatever it might be. And you don't really, I mean, we're adults now, so obviously we're not getting together as much as we could as when we were kids and we had all the free time in the world. So it is nice that you can get online and play with other people, but at the same time, it is nice to get together and actually sit in the same room, BS and play a game and just kind of...
Like when you and Jaren came over and we played Overcooked.
Oh my god, that was the best.
That was fucking awesome.
It was funny because Jaren hadn't played it.
Yeah.
So he was just like, what is this game? And we're like, oh dude, it's great. You cook and you serve food and then you get points. And he's like,
it sounds really lame.
It sounds lame. And then you play it and you're just like shouting out orders and you're like, get the fish! It's gonna burn!
We're gonna burn the goddamn meat.
But yeah, no, it's great. It's so strange that we grew up. I guess we're getting into the whole nostalgia thing, and that's kind of what our generation is built on. Is looking back on what was cool.
Only '90s kids will know this.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that millennials. I didn't know that the term millennial was for kids born between 1983 and 2001.
That's weird. That seemed. I didn't think that it went that far back.
I didn't think so either. I thought that we were like the oldest millennials.
Yeah.
But I guess because the advent of the internet happened when we were still like it blew up when we were
like teenagers.
Yeah, when we were
makes sense.
What year would that have been? That would have been like early 2000s.
Yeah.
So
I remember watching like Homestar Runner and like Happy Tree Friends in middle school.
Yeah, especially if you had a friend that had high speed or broadband. Yeah. That's what people called it.
We had DSL. And watching one probably 4-minute video for Happy Tree Friends took 30 minutes.
Oh, dude, I had to deal with dial-up internet out in the woods and trying to download a fucking song off
JPEG
off Kazaa. And giving my computer AIDS and just going, God, what is happening? And the phone would ring, and you had to yell, God, the fuck! So I would stay up late because I knew no one was going to be calling at 2-3 in the morning. So I would be up on MSN Messenger and Kazaa and trying to download songs so I could make a mix CD.
Yeah, mix CDs.
Because we had a CD burner. I was like, hell yeah, this is the coolest shit. And I think at that time I'd moved the home computer into my bedroom because I was like, no one else uses this, I'm using it. And I just decided to take it away from the computer desk and just put it in my room. And my mom was like, why is this in here? I'm like, I don't know, because I want to be the one using it. So I don't know. You don't need to pause it. We can keep going. And it was a weird time when I was just like, before I could drive, so I couldn't really go anywhere on my own free will. So it was the best way for me to connect and like go, hey, what's everyone up to? Because everyone I knew would be there. Yeah. This is before we were friends.
Yeah.
So, but let's see. Wow, that was a really weird stop. We both looked at our phones at the same time.
Yeah. Let's take this abrupt turn, and you were mentioning to me the other day about how you're going to tell me Adam's first experience grocery shopping.
Okay, yeah, so tuck in, because this is the most hilarious thing. So, our friend Adam, he probably one of the most difficult humans to describe without making him sound like the most horrible person on the planet.
It's true.
And I've known him since we were in 4th grade and been friends with him since 5th grade because apparently in 4th grade I was mean to him. I don't remember this, but he claims I was. But this is a few years back. This was when I wasn't in school still. I think Chris and I had just started dating, so this would have been about 5 or 6 years ago. And Adam was like, I think he had a job at the time, but he was really just bad about food. And he would just get fast food or, gas station food, whatever it was, and that's what he would eat. And I told him, I was like, if you're going to save your money at all or you're going to do anything, you need to know how to grocery shop. He's like, I can't do it. It's too hard. And I'm like, oh my God, I will take you to Winco. We'll load up a cart with food. We'll spend under $20. He's like, are you serious? We can do that? Yes. I was like, you live in Castle Rock where the only grocery store charges probably 4 times the cost of food. So they have you buy the nuts. Like, oh, you want to drive 15 minutes to a real store? Oh no, we're gonna charge you $5 for a pretzel. Ugh. Not like a breaded, like a soft pretzel, just like a dry ass bar pretzel.
Oh God.
I don't know. I'm making that up, but it's outrageous.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get into Winco and get the shopping cart, and we go to the top ramen aisle, of course.
Yep.
The poor man food staple, and I go, okay, let's get one of these, and I grab the whole flat. He's like, man, I don't need that much food. I'm like, it's fine. These are 38 cents a piece.
Yeah.
This whole crate's gonna cost you about $2. And he's like, no way. Yeah. I blew his brain into 1,000 pieces. And he's like, no way. I was like, yeah, trust me. We're gonna bring all this up, and you are gonna be shocked. So we went. So we got I think got 2 or 3 flats of the ramen. We went to the dairy aisle, and I was like, okay, we're gonna get some eggs. And I picked out the 5 dozen pack.
Yeah.
And I was like, here we go. This is gonna last you a while. And he's just like, he couldn't understand. It's like that you could just buy all this at once, because he's used to shopping in a place where it's like a dozen at a time.
Yeah.
18 if you're lucky. So he's like, are you serious? Are you serious? We get this much food. I was like, yeah, we're gonna get this much food. It's gonna be great.
And you're still under $20.
And then I got him. We got top ramen. We got eggs. And I think we bought a big thing of hamburger meat, maybe. I don't know. It was something. It was something. I can't remember what. Maybe it was bread. I think we bought some cheap, like a couple of loaves of cheap bread. And he's one of those fucking weirdos that puts bread in the fridge.
Oh, that's weird.
I hate it so much.
Like, I mean, I put bread in the freezer when I have multiple loaves.
Because that's weird to me. I don't. Because when it comes out, it's like crumbly.
I haven't had any issues with it.
Okay. Well, I don't know. The experiences I've had with
sure.
with refrigerated or freezer bread is it comes out crumbly. And I've had this conversation with other people. But that's beside the point. So I think we got noodles, eggs, and bread. And I was like, these are going to be some staples for you. It'll be easy for you to just like throw in a pan and make yourself some food. Mm-hmm. It's like, make some ramen, throw an egg in it.
Yep.
And scramble it up if you want it like more dry, whatever. And we get up to the counter, we pay for it, and I think the total came to like 15 and change. And we get out of the store, and we're in the parking lot, and he's like, he's acting like we robbed the place. He's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We spent less than $20. We spent less than $20 on all this food. I'm gonna eat like a king. I'm like, king ramen? Okay, dude.
Let's bring it down a notch.
Like, okay, yeah, we didn't get T-bone steaks and lobster, dude. Come on. But it was just so funny that his human training is so low that he didn't know the basics of like buy in bulk, buy the big stuff, and have it last you forever, and you'll be just fine. You won't be spending, $8 on a dozen eggs.
Yeah.
You spend $2 on a dozen eggs, or if you buy the 5 dozen,
it was like $5.
Yeah, it's so cheap. It's so cheap. But this is also coming from the guy that called me when we were in middle school to ask me how to make soup. For real, he called me up, and this is back
like a can of soup.
Like a can of soup.
Oh, okay.
Not like, hey,
from scratch.
How do you make the bouillon and throw it in the pot and make it into soup? He literally was like, okay, I got a can of Campbell's soup. What do I do with it? And this is back when we would call each other when we were playing like Ocarina of Time together, because phone calls are free, I think, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think so. Maybe local ones.
Local calls, sure, whatever. But we would call each other, and
they were to us because we were fucking kids. What does it matter?
Yeah, we didn't pay for any of that. But we would call each other and literally sit on the phone for probably an hour or two, talking about Zelda while we were playing it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we're playing the same game. We might be at the same part, probably not. Just talking about what's going on. But he called me and he was like, "There's no food in the house," and I was like, "Is there any food in your pantry?" Because I'd been to his house before, and his mom always, had food in the pantry. But to him, no food in the house meant there was no Hot Pockets to eat.
Oh, God.
So he couldn't just nuke them in the microwave.
Yeah.
So he calls me and he's like, there's soup in here. How do I make it?" And I was like, Are you serious right now? Like, you don't know how this works? He's like, "I've never made it before." I was like, "Okay, grab yourself a medium pan and put the soup in it, put it on the stove, put it on medium, whatever the nozzle, whatever the thing's halfway. Heat it up, stir it a bit so it doesn't get burnt on the bottom, and once it's hot enough to eat, put it in a bowl and eat it." And he was dumbfounded that it was that easy. I was like, "Yeah.
It's already cooked. You just gotta heat it up."
Yeah, dude, just cook it. Like, just heat it up. It's not even cooking. You're heating up. You're just turning it hot so that it tastes better.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all there was to it.
If you wanted to, you could eat it out of the can cold.
You sure? Yeah, if you want to be sick like Jason, eating condensed tomato soup out of the can. Oh, no, wait. No, it was...
I thought it was Mike.
No, it was Jason.
Jason did that?
I think it was cream and mushroom soup.
No way.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I'll have to ask him about this.
Yeah, because I lived with him, and I think he cracked open a can of cream and mushroom soup and just ate it out of the can cold, and it grossed me out so bad. It just made me sick.
To me, that's gross, especially because it's cream and mushroom soup. I fucking hate mushrooms.
Oh, dude.
So cold cream and mushrooms. It's like eating gravy out of a can, but not good.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Jason who that was his go-to move, is that he would just open up a can of cream and mushroom soup and just eat it
That sounds like a Mike move.
It does sound like a Mike move, because he'd eat hot dogs and SpaghettiOs, but
he'd buy the SpaghettiOs with the hot dogs in it.
I don't think he ever did that. I think he
extra sick.
No, I think he just bought bar-ass hot dogs to throw in his SpaghettiOs. But yeah, it was one of those. It was one of those dudes. They would seriously just eat those sick foods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
fucking SpaghettiOs just taste like blood and pennies.
Yeah. So I mean, yes, that was Adam's first grocery shopping experience. It was hilarious because he thought we had stole everything from the store, and we just bought in a bunch.
Rob, we should bring it back.
Well, and then that's something that he tried to entice Brizo to come over. He's like, "Dude, you should come over. I'll make noodles and eggs."
No, motherfucker.
He's like, "No, I hate eggs, and I don't want to eat your sick ramen at your house. So no, get out of here."
That's fucking funny. I think one of my favorite Adam stories is actually at the old the Fairways apartments.
Okay.
When he decided to take it upon himself to just drink himself into oblivion. One of the times. He's done it a few times.
Yeah. And
I remember you guys had all gone to bed.
Oh, yeah.
This is when I was crashing at your place for a weeks on end.
Yeah, I remember this.
And I remember Adam came over and he and I were just hanging out playing games and shit. And he was just drinking and drinking and drinking. And I remember he fucking just barfed all over your carpet.
Oh, yeah, that was after we had made ultimate breakfast dinner.
Yeah.
And then also Mike made beef stroganoff.
And Adam ate both.
Yeah.
And drank a lot.
A lot of Carlo Rossi.
That's what it was, yeah.
It was the Carlo Rossi sangria. The jug.
The jug. Oh my god. Yeah. All that came up on the car. It was a fucking pile. Like,
it's so gross.
It was so fucking nasty. I was mad at him more than I was grossed out. I got him. I was like, Adam, you dumb motherfucker. It's like, I could wake these guys up right now and they'd fucking throw you out. I'm nice, so instead I'm just gonna make you clean up your own mess and I won't tell them.
God, so I remember you telling me that story after the fact. Was it you or was it Adam that was describing the amount of barf in terms of Jason's hat?
I think it was me.
Yeah, you're like, it was like 3 of Jason's hats full of barf. And I thought for a second he was cleaning up the barf with Jason's hat.
No,
like,
even better, he was using the flat from one of, like, because I think we had bought a flat of Arizona teas at the time.
Okay.
And he used the cardboard from that to scoop it up.
That's the most disgusting thing.
But he needed that. Like, a towel wasn't going to cut it. I would just spread it around. He needed a fucking scoop to get most of it up. I made him clean up his entire mess. Like, you almost wouldn't have known it happened if it wasn't for the fact that he had, like, apologized in the morning.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it was so much. So much fucking puke. The most I've ever seen come out of a person, because he just kept going.
Oh god, that's
Adam.
It's so gross. Oh man. Do you got anything else on your docket?
I got a couple things.
Okay.
I got my car broken into.
What?
Yeah, that was a fun
When?
thing. This was so I just got back from vacation this last Saturday,
Right.
the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning I had to open, and when I was walking down the stairs from my apartment, my trunk was open on my car, and the driver's side door was open. It's like, oh, fuck. Looked inside, all my stuff was just scattered throughout my car.
Okay.
I was pissed. And looked all over, wanted to see, what was missing, what'd they take.
Right.
CD player was still there, Bluetooth headset was still there, my CDs were still there. What the fuck did they take?
Right.
So I popped the hood. I was like, let's see if this is a repeat of my move from San Diego where all my fucking spark plugs were taken out. Nope. Everything's there. Everything's fine. Turned the car over. Everything ran just fine.
Okay.
Nothing was taken. I legitimately feel that they broke into my car and they're bummed out because I didn't have anything to take. Nothing was missing.
But so how did they get in?
His fucking probably jimmied it or whatever.
Okay.
The Slim Jim. I think it's what it's called. It's fucking Slim Jim. That thin metal, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that you snap into.
Yeah, snap into a Slim Jim. But yeah, they broke into the car and they fucking
took nothing.
Took nothing. I thought maybe they would have taken like the registration. That was there too.
But it wouldn't do them any good.
No, yeah, I mean
unless you had the title.
Yeah,
there,
but the title isn't in the car.
No,
so
you're not a dummy.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck?
That's hilarious. That's probably why they popped the trunk. There's got to be something in here.
Yeah, and nothing was missing from the trunk either. One of my friends was just like, "Oh, do you have a spare tire in the back of your trunk?" Look, still fucking there. Like, I don't know.
That's the weirdest. Like, it's like a gang of raccoons was in there for your trash.
Yeah, the fucking business of raccoons.
Broke into your car to steal your Taco Bell wrappers.
Dude, I don't know. I think the thing that like was worth the most in there was my Ninja Turtles lunchbox that I have in the back seat, but that was still there.
That's wild.
But yeah, I thought it was crazy that like all my shit was still in place. I mean, all of it was still there. It was fucking scattered everywhere, but it was everything.
So they were looking for something.
They're looking for just anything to take and nothing of value.
That's
I would have figured they would have at least taken the stereo.
Yeah, that's like the go-to move. I've had 2 vehicles broken into where they've taken the stereo.
Yeah, and there was no damage around it, so it's not like they were trying to take it out.
They didn't shatter your window like they did to mine.
Dude, yeah.
when they stole my CD wallet that had mostly burnt CDs in it.
Fuck.
And my stereo got ripped out of my car. That was fun.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it was great, and had to get the passenger window replaced because they had somehow they were able to break the window, but they were it was easy enough for them to just like put a hole in it, so it didn't shatter the whole thing. It's like they were able to like undo the lock, open the door, get in, take my shit, and close the door without me noticing. Because when I got in my car in the morning for work, I didn't even notice that until I closed my door and the window shattered.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm just like, oh, this is good. This is a great day. This is gonna be fun,
dude.
So yeah, so I get in my car. I'm like, what the fuck where's all my stuff? And I close my door and look down, glasses all over the car, stereo's gone, CDs are gone. It's like, great. Well, this is a good start to the day. This is when I was broke Dick Mountain.
Yeah.
Like working super part-time and living in a closet.
Dude, fuck.
Yeah, so that's fun. I love car break-ins. Well, I mean, at least nothing of yours got broke.
Yeah.
So at least your locks still work. At least your windows still work, and nothing was taken.
Nothing that I could identify was taken. I mean.
Oh, did your like rubies and gold bars go missing too?
Yeah. Well, and here's the other funny thing too. When my friend was kind of taking inventory of what I had on my car, he's like, "Oh, did they steal gas from you?" And I looked at my gauge. Like, oh fuck, it's on empty. Like maybe they did. And then I remembered right before I left for vacation, I purposely only put like $5-10 in my tank and drove it to empty because I knew I wouldn't need it and I wanted to save all my money for the trip.
Right.
So like. Motherfuckers were probably pissed that they didn't have any gas to take either.
Probably. I wonder if they like attempted to siphon enough and there wasn't enough gas to siphon up. Like, just got a mouthful of gas.
Just fumes.
God.
So I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess.
That's wild. That's super crazy. I guess that, I mean, it just happens. Anytime you live somewhere like publicly, it could happen. But man, that's funny. Nothing in the car. That's what would happen in my car too. If someone were to break in, there's nothing in there to steal anymore. Because my like media player is built into the car.
Oh yeah.
So it's a newer car with like the Bluetooth and everything, and I don't keep anything valuable in there.
Yeah.
I don't keep.
Smart. I
don't keep bags of clothes. I don't keep anything valuable in there. So I lock it. My windows are tinted, so you can't really see in it anyway. Mm-hmm. And I don't keep anything in the trunk. So if someone were to break into my car, it would mainly just be like, oh, shit, they broke my window.
They stole your fucking grocery bags.
Yeah, still my reusable bags that I don't have a million of at home already. So, hey, I mean, I'd probably be okay with it as long as they were using the bags. I'm like, all right, cool, that's less plastic in the world that's contributing to the decay of the earth. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't have anything else I can think of. I just have a couple notes.
Okay.
About, awful bosses. Maybe I'll save that for another time.
Yeah, let's. I mean, we've done a little over an hour. I think we covered a lot of ground on this episode, and I mean, we're still trying to find our footing and try to figure out how to get it going without the bumpiness, but I honestly don't care.
Fuck it. I'm not even gonna do a lot of editing.
I honestly, it's just fun to sit down, converse, and do this. Yeah. And I'm really excited to eventually get better gear and have friends on. And
I want our friends on here.
I think if we do another episode next week, which I want to do another episode next week, we should try and get Jason involved.
Yeah, I think next Thursday, I'll make sure that I'm double check and make sure I'm off, and then I'll head up to your place.
Come up to my place, and then the three of us can sit down and.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. So let's wrap this up. So you can find me at pretty much everywhere. Twitter, XMatleyX. Same for my Instagram page, and I mean, you probably already know me on Facebook if you're listening to this because I shared the link on it.
Yeah, it's true. And then as for myself, at the Grassy Knoll. If you know how to spell my name, then you know which knoll it is.
Yeah, it should be posted somewhere.
Yeah,
wherever we're putting.
Yeah,
this.
Anywhere that we're posting this, you'll see it on there. And then my blog, which I need to get back onto after my hiatus from vacation. Press start for singleplayer.wordpress.com. So
yeah, check it out. Read Noel's articles. That's I'm going to try and get more active on things because I tend to not participate, and I just should because I always feel like my takes aren't hot enough. So I'm just like I'll avoid posting whatever. But anyway, so.
But
all right.
Thanks for listening to our second episode, and hopefully you come back for the third and hopefully more.
Yeah.
Thanks.